And welcome back to the channel. I feel like it's a perfect time to go over what UFL can do to boost the interest in their game, to get people back excited like the early release, the initial release, like before the release came, after the content creators got a little sneak peek and saw all of the fixes from beta, because that's what got me hooked on trying the game. And then once the game released, that's what got me hooked to playing the game, is first and foremost the gameplay, and then all of the possibilities that this game had. And guess what? Those possibilities are still there, and now more than ever, if they can become a reality, that is what can get interest back generated in the UFL. It can get people back to playing the UFL if they make those minor tweaks, which I in a previous video talked about. So, not to repeat myself on the gameplay part, I simply said go back, revert to gameplay similar or exactly like your initial release, right? Fortnite did it. Obviously, they were out a lot longer when they did this, but they had the release of what they called OG Fortnite. That's what you need to do, UFL. Say, we hear you, player base, just like you've done before with some of these fixes, and say, we are going back to the start, the gameplay you all love the most, and we will work hard from here on out to keep the gameplay close to this, but fixing things along the way. If you did that at this point, it would be much better, because so many people enjoyed that game at initial release. It is fine that there will be some things that need to be fixed, because now you will almost get a redo, and that, I promise you, will save your game. Will you do that? I don't know. It's hard to go all the way back to a game that you felt needed all these fixes to get to where we are now. But I feel like we're just about at that point where it's do or die. You have to make a decision to save the player base, because at this rate, I can just tell by how I feel about the game, how the comments all over the place, my channel, other channels, Reddit, anywhere, it's just not going in a good direction. So I feel that it's time for something extreme like that. Gameplay-wise, revert it either back to exactly what it was in initial release, or get it as close to that as you can. That will be good enough for now. Then, moving to making the game deeper, making the game exciting for players who had that initial feeling of, man, this game could really be something, and then let their imagination go wild as to what you could add. And that's what I want to go over today. Some of those things that you could add into the game right now. Granted, this is assuming you make that change in the gameplay, right? Reverting it. Simple as that. Not doing some crazy new fixes, reverting it just back to that same gameplay you had at initial release, when excitement was at the highest, when people liked the game the most. And then, assuming you do that, these things can help you get the buzz going again. Now, first things first, this will be centered around all of the things that their competitors, namely EAFC, can't do, or most likely will not do, at least in the near future. That way, they will not have to worry about having a competitor doing the same thing or something potentially better. So first of all, I'm talking about skins. Take something that is currently a negative focal point of the player base's attention, and turn it into a positive. That is your closest thing you have to match all of the different promos, or these different player cards and evolutions and all this that FC is currently doing very well. For example, they're getting ready to release this Maradona, which is his re-release back into the game, and they're giving a 96 version in packs, but also a 77 version to everybody, a free version that they can evolve up, right? The closest thing that UFL can do to generate buzz around something additional, because they don't have heroes yet, right, and they don't have different versions of players, is utilizing skins in a similar way. For example, you could have a throwback Ronaldo skin where his stats are that of how he was as a winger back in his early Man United days. You can boost his dribbling and a ton, right? Maybe even put in a skill move or two that are unique to that skin. You could have a throwback Ronaldo. So if you get that skin and you have Cristiano Ronaldo, boom, you have this entire new card. Make skins to where they are a focal point, but in a positive manner. You could also have a skin that's not centered to players. Several skins that aren't centered to players, but maybe it's any player that you put this skin on, 82 or lower, gets these insane boosts across the board. Maybe it's plus 20, plus 15. And then if you get that different skin, maybe it's, okay, 82 and below, you get these boosts. 83 to 87, you get these boosts. 88 to 91, you get these boosts. And they decrease as you go up, so it's better for lower players. But anybody who gets that skin can boost a player somehow. You could also maybe have some crazy situation where once you put this skin on any player, it boosts the defense to this amount, and you could turn any player into a crazy center back. For example, they have the Holland card right now in FC that's one of the best strikers in the game already, but he's also one of the best center backs, which with his winter wild card center back version. You could do something stealing that idea but making it your own. Make a skin where you put this on any player and they get these insane defensive boosts, and you can make them center backs, wing backs, whatever it is. So now all of a sudden maybe you can have an Mbappe that you put this skin on him and he turns into a beast box to box. You get the point. It's taking something that you have that your competitors don't, which is these skins, and turning them into something that's generating buzz among the player base. Not to mention taking something right now that's a negative because of the lack of effect or the debate about the effect, and turning it into something that is a positive that players are excited about because you kicked it up several notches. Next is the modes. You need to add modes, not necessarily competitive modes, but we're talking about the skins. Now you need a way to generate awards, generate a way to get all these skins. Centralize the focus of winning these through different modes such as 2v2, which would be your new online mode. So it's not necessarily competitive, but it's going to urge players of the game to call their buddies, to get onto whoever they met online and say, get back on UFL, you got to try this. These crazy new skins are available. This new mode's available, 2v2, and you can win awards. And also an offline mode. So players who want to play but maybe don't have those connections can now get on and, for example, do an offline showdown, which you can make as competitive or as not competitive as you want. Maybe at the initial stages, right? It's an offline showdown, so the first 5 games are easy difficulty, then the next 5 are medium, and then the last 5 are hard, and you have to get 15 wins before you get 5 losses and work your way up and get better rewards along the way. So now you have players generating buzz, inviting their friends, talking to other players they met online that maybe stopped playing the game, and generating buzz again because they want these crazy new skins that you have. And you also have a way for people who are just running the game solo to play offline and have fun with the game. Now, this is centered around you having skins more available, having these new boosted skins, right? These new release, like vamped version of skins available as rewards for these new modes that you're releasing. That has to be connected to it, right? That's part of it, because now players are having fun playing the game, and then they have fun getting rewarded after the game with 2 new modes. It's as simple as that. 2v2 and an offline showdown. You already have all these made up teams of different difficulty, and from there, you can then start sprucing up your current divisions and your current online showdown mode. But this puts the buzz on something totally new, right? As far as modes go, with the 2v2 and an offline showdown, as well as a revamped version of skins, which is a great idea. I also wanted to point out again and center on the idea of giving lower rated players extra boosts with certain skins, because that is something that UFL has that EAFC doesn't have as well. The ability to take lower rated players and boost them into meta players, max them out at 91 with the rest of the top players in the game. That is huge. That is currently the most fun part about online mode for me, is thinking about how Endrick, I want to make him the top player in the game, right? That is the closest you can come to EAFC, who has all these different promos to turn. Like, for instance, they have the Future Stars, where there's now an Indrik with all these boosted stats that show more what he will be in the future as opposed to what he is now. This is the closest way that you can do that and make it your own unique situation. So take advantage of it. It doesn't have to be just one release of these revamped skins. You could do your own version of promos. For instance, like I said earlier, it could be an alternate positions promo where you could have your ability to get a skin that gets Holland these crazy defensive boosts, and now you have a defensive Holland, a center back Holland card available with this skin. Or the Mbappe, like I said, could turn to like a box-to-box, something just crazy and new. Then you could have another promo that boosts lower rated players way up, or skins that can go on any player, but the lower rated they are, the more boosts they get. You can do your different release, different promos with these skins, and now players go into the different modes and they're going after these new skins that are now have different probabilities that you can pack. That is a way you can make your own unique situation that competitors don't have and regenerate buzz for your game. Now, I have to finish with the must-have in this is revert the gameplay close to or exactly like the initial release, because that will make the experience the best. You have all this regenerated buzz for the game, but you don't want players to go in and not have fun actually playing the game. So, get after it. The buzz was once there, the excitement was there, the opportunity for this game to grow and all the players talking about it was there, and it can get back. Now, speaking to players, do not give up on UFL. Yes, you can play less. I am playing less myself. Or you can stop playing altogether for now, but keep in touch with the game, because Strikerz still has a chance to fix this. Do not just close the door. Think about all the chances you gave EAFC, or I should say EA Sports, with their game EAFC. No doubt about it, Strikerz can fix this. We need them to just hear us out. Just like it took years, but EA Sports finally listened to the player base, even though they're rich, even though they're a huge company, and now FC's in a great spot. UFL, no doubt, can do it. Let's get this video shared. Let's get some of these ideas out there across the Strikerz and see if they can take advantage of even just something to make the game better. I can guarantee, even if they just took general direction from some of the ideas in this video, they cannot go wrong. They'll start going in a better path, and even then we can try to help them push them from there. So keep grinding, keep having fun with whatever you're playing. Do not give up on UFL. Keep the door open. Strikerz, you can do this. Let's get after it. And until next time, peace out.